subscribe and hit the bell.
You won't believe the roller coaster of events that happened to me after winning the lottery. It all started on a regular Monday morning at factory number 8, where I had been working as an ordinary employee for years. My life had always been quite uneventful. I'd wake up, go to work, come back home, and repeat the cycle. But little did I know, this Monday was going to change everything. I had always dreamed of winning the lottery, just like everyone else. So, you can imagine my shock when I checked my numbers and realized that I had actually won a substantial amount of money. I was ecstatic, to say the least. I immediately called my boss to let him know that I wouldn't be coming in anymore. I was ready to live the life I had always dreamed of. No more 9-to-5 grind, no more tight budgets, no more worries. I rushed home, my heart pounding with excitement. I could already picture all the things I would do with the money: travel the world, buy a nice house, and maybe even start a business of my own. I had big plans, and I couldn't wait to get started. But fate had other plans for me. As I walked through the front door, I was greeted by my overjoyed dog, Max. Max was a loyal companion who had been by my side for years. He wagged his tail and barked as if he knew something special had happened. I was so caught up in my own excitement that I didn't notice Max's mischievous grin. I had put my bag of money on the dining table, still in a daze from my win. I turned my back for a split second to grab a celebratory snack from the kitchen. And that's when it happened, the sound of a crash followed by a loud splash. I rushed back to the dining area to find my bag missing and a wet trail leading to the open window. Panic coursed through my veins as I realized what had just occurred. Max, my usually well-behaved dog, had somehow managed to knock my bag of money off the table and through the open window. In a state of shock, I rushed to the window and looked down to see my hard-earned fortune floating in the river below. My heart sank, and I felt a mix of disbelief, anger, and sadness. How could this have happened? I frantically searched for a way to retrieve the bag, but the river's current was too strong. My dreams of a lavish life were slipping away, carried downstream by the water. Max sat by my side, his tail between his legs, seemingly aware of the mess he had caused. I couldn't bring myself to scold him. After all, he was just a dog, and he had no idea what he had done. As the reality of the situation settled in, I found myself faced with a choice. I could either give in to despair or find a way to make the best of the situation. It took some time, but eventually, I decided that I couldn't let this setback define my future. With a determined spirit, I started to come up with a new plan. I began researching ways to salvage the situation. While I couldn't recover the lost money, I could still use my skills and resources to start fresh. I remembered that there was a property for sale in a charming countryside town not too far away. It was affordable, and I could use the remaining savings I had to purchase it. The town was a far cry from the bustling city life I had envisioned, but it offered a slower pace, fresh air, and a tight-knit community. I packed up my belongings, including Max, of course, and we started our new life in that peaceful town. The transition wasn't easy, but the people in the town welcomed me with open arms. I found work at a local shop and slowly started rebuilding my life. I even discovered a hidden talent for woodworking, which eventually turned into a small business. With dedication and hard work, I was able to turn things around. Max became a beloved figure in the town as well, known for his mischievous yet endearing antics. He had a knack for finding lost items and bringing smiles to everyone's faces. It was as if he was making up for the mishap he had caused. Over time, I came to realize that winning the lottery might have brought temporary excitement, but the journey I went through afterward was what truly shaped me. I learned the value of resilience, adaptability, and the importance of having a loyal companion by your side, even if that companion is a mischievous dog. As I sit here recounting this story, I can't help but smile. Life has a funny way of throwing unexpected curveballs our way, and it's up to us to make the most of them. So, here I am, in my peaceful little town, running my woodworking business, surrounded by friends and neighbors who have become like family. And Max? Well, he's right here beside me, his tail wagging as if to remind me that sometimes, the most valuable things in life can't be measured in money. Time passed, and life in the countryside continued to bring its own set of surprises. The town had an annual fair that drew visitors from nearby areas. The fair was a vibrant celebration filled with games, food stalls, and a sense of community that I had come to cherish. This year, I decided to participate by setting up a woodworking booth to showcase my creations. With Max enthusiastically wagging his tail, I set up a variety of handcrafted wooden pieces, from intricately designed chairs to delicately carved trinkets. The fair was bustling with activity, and my booth quickly garnered attention. People marveled at the craftsmanship and uniqueness of each piece. The fairgoers' reactions were priceless, and the positive feedback boosted my confidence. As the day went on, an older gentleman approached my booth. He studied each piece with a discerning eye, and I could tell he had a deep appreciation for fine workmanship. After a few moments of conversation, he introduced himself as Mr. Turner, a retired furniture artisan. His praise for my work left me humbled and encouraged. Mr. Turner shared stories of his own woodworking journey, and we soon found ourselves engrossed in a deep conversation about the art and craft of woodworking. He spoke of the beauty of hand-carved details and the satisfaction of turning raw wood into functional art. I was inspired by his passion and his wealth of knowledge. As the fair drew to a close, Mr. Turner extended an invitation that took me by surprise. He asked if I would be interested in an apprenticeship of sorts, an opportunity to learn from him and refine my skills in woodworking. He explained that while he had retired, he still worked on passion projects in his private workshop, and he saw potential in me. I was both honored and excited by the offer. The chance to learn from a master of the craft was a dream come true. I looked over at Max, who seemed to sense the significance of the moment, his tail wagging with approval. With a grateful smile, I accepted Mr. Turner's offer, feeling a renewed sense of purpose and determination. The apprenticeship was a transformative experience. Under Mr. Turner's guidance, I delved deeper into the intricacies of woodworking. I learned about different types of wood, their unique properties, and how to select the right material for each project. Mr. Turner taught me advanced carving techniques and the art of bringing out the natural beauty of wood through staining and finishing. The days were long and demanding, but every moment was filled with a sense of fulfillment. Mr. Turner's patient guidance and insightful teachings shaped me into a more skilled artisan. As the months passed, my creations began to reflect a level of craftsmanship that I had only dreamed of before. The bond between Max and me also grew stronger during this time. He would often accompany me to the workshop, his presence a source of comfort and inspiration. His mischievous antics, once a source of frustration, now brought moments of laughter and lightheartedness to our days. As my skills evolved, so did my aspirations. I began to envision a workshop of my own, a space where I could create, teach, and share the art of woodworking with others. With Mr. Turner's blessings, I started looking for a suitable location. And as luck would have it, a quaint old barn on the outskirts of town became available. With Max as my steadfast companion, we embarked on the journey of renovating the barn into a functional woodworking studio. The process was challenging, but it was a labor of love. Friends from the town volunteered their time and expertise, and together, we transformed the barn into a charming space that exuded creativity and warmth. The day of the grand opening arrived, and the support from the community was overwhelming. The townspeople, along with familiar faces from the fair, gathered to celebrate the culmination of my journey. The studio was filled with awe-inspiring wooden pieces, each telling a story of dedication and passion. Max, as always, stole the show with his playful antics, bringing smiles to everyone's faces. The barn was alive with laughter, chatter, and a shared appreciation for craftsmanship. I stood back, taking it all in, and realized that while the lottery win had been a fleeting stroke of luck, the path that led me on had been the true prize. The studio became a hub of creativity, where people from all walks of life gathered to learn, create, and be part of a supportive community. I held woodworking workshops, teaching eager learners the skills I had acquired. The studio also became a place for collaborative projects, where artisans from various fields came together to create stunning works of art. Life had come full circle, from the initial setback of losing the lottery money to discovering a newfound passion and purpose. Looking back, I couldn't be more grateful for the unexpected turn of events. The journey had taught me that the value of a life well lived extended far beyond material possessions.